welcome to Siyasat TV. It is Saturday, April 17th, 2021. I am Sumaya Junaid Ahmed in Hyderabad, where we get you all the big news stories of the day from across India and the world. And here is our top headlines.
Unprecedented figure: India records 2,34,000 fresh COVID cases and 1,341 deaths in the span of 24 hours. India saw the deadliest day of the pandemic this year. Kumbh Mela should now only be a symbolic strength in COVID fight, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi. West Bengal votes in fifth phase under shadow of COVID surge. Lalu Yadav gets bail in case linked to further scam. In Telangana, polling begins for Nagarjuna Sagar by-election. Second wave intensifies in Telangana, 4,446 cases and 12 fatalities on Friday. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan talk before Afghan peace summit. Iran start enriching uranium at 60%, its highest level ever.
Let us begin with our top story. India's COVID-19 caseload rose to 1.45 crore with 2,34,692 fresh infections, the sharpest ever daily spike, as the country recorded over 2 lakh cases for the third straight day with 1,341 deaths. India saw the deadliest day of the pandemic this year.
Grim scenes from hospitals running out of oxygen supply and crematoriums struggling to keep up and have caused worry as authorities scramble to break the chain of transmission. Amid the fast-growing second wave, the alarming surge in cases is being reported as states continue to report vaccine shortage. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan will today hold a meet with health ministers of 11 states on COVID crisis. India has recorded 10 lakh new cases in 6 days. Maharashtra and Delhi saw the highest ever surge in infections in the last 24 hours with 63,729 new infections. Maharashtra's caseload is past the 37 lakh mark now. Delhi, which has surpassed Mumbai, has recorded over 8 lakh cases since the start of the pandemic. 19,486 cases were recorded in the last 24 hours.
Moving on to our next story, the Health Ministry said today 10 states and union territories including Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi account for 79.32% of the new coronavirus cases in the country.
16 states and union territories: Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Haryana, Rajasthan, Punjab, Kerala, Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Telangana, Uttarakhand, Andhra Pradesh and West Bengal are displaying an upward trajectory in daily new cases. The ministry said 5 states, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, cumulatively account for 65.2% of India's total active cases. Maharashtra alone accounts for 38.9% of the total active caseload of the country.
A 58-year-old suspected COVID-19 patient was wrongly declared dead twice by the authorities earlier this week at a hospital in Madhya Pradesh, Vidisha district. The second time the patient's family even prepared for his funeral rites, only the hospital officials to admit the mix and shortly after.
Gorelal Kori was on Monday admitted to Vidisha's Atal Bihari Medical College Hospital in critical condition owing to suspected COVID-19. He was put on ventilator on Wednesday. The doctor at the hospital then informed the family that he needs to be operated upon. The family gave nod for the surgery on the same day. Mr. Kori's son told, "They then informed us that he died during the surgery. Around 8:30 p.m. they told us that he had turned corona positive during surgery. The family won't get his dead body." On Friday morning, his family was preparing for the funeral at the crematorium ground when the hospital staff informed it that Mr. Kori was still alive but his condition remained critical and he was still on ventilator support. Officials at the hospital, however, attributed the whole episode to confusion.
And Prime Minister Narendra Modi this morning appealed that the mega Kumbh Mela should now only be symbolic amid the coronavirus crisis, stressing that it will give boost to the fight against the pandemic.
Huge gatherings of tens of thousands of pilgrims along the banks of Ganga in the last few days have sparked nationwide concern as India hit by the second COVID wave sees an alarming surge in infections. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said he spoke to one of the top seers, Swami Avdesh Anand Giri of Juna Akhara, over the phone and made an appeal about the religious festival that attracts millions of devotees. Responding to Prime Minister Modi's tweet, Swami Avdesh Ananda replied in Hindi, "We respect Prime Minister Modi's appeal. Saving lives is sacred. I request the people to not gather for the ritual bath in the large numbers and follow all COVID protocols."
Haridwar, the site of Kumbh Mela, saw more than 3,700 cases of coronavirus between 1st of April and 14th of April, informed City Chief Medical Officer Shambhu Kumar Jha, who added that more than 30 sadhus have tested positive for the coronavirus so far.
उसमें 2254 RT-PCR पॉजिटिव थे, 1237 एंटीजन पॉजिटिव थे, 215 ट्रूनेट का पॉजिटिव थे। टोटल 3706 1 अप्रैल से 14 अप्रैल तक का पॉजिटिव आए।
सर, इसमें अभी तक साधु संतों की कितनी संख्या हो चुकी है सर?
अभी तक का देखेंगे तो हम लगभग 30-35 के लगभग साधु बीमार हुए हैं। उसमें से कुछ जैसे महामंडलेश्वर भी एक बीमार हुए, तो अभी एक महामंडलेश्वर जो मध्य प्रदेश से चित्रकूट से यहाँ आए हुए थे, तो उनको फीवर था, वीकनेस था, तो उनको भर्ती कराया गया था कैलाश हॉस्पिटल में देहरादून का। 12 को भर्ती किया गया था और 13 तारीख को उनकी वहीं डेथ हो गई 10:30 बजे शाम रात को। भीड़ ऐसे भी अब जो आने वाले कुंभ का शाही स्नान है 27 तारीख को, उम्मीद है उसमें कम ही भीड़ होगी, ज़्यादा नहीं होगी जैसा सोचा जा रहा है। लेकिन अगर ज़्यादा भी भीड़ होती है तो हमारा जो पहले का सैम्पलिंग का है, स्क्रीनिंग का है, बाकी चीज़ का है, हमारी जैसे हमने अगर पॉजिटिव बहुत ज़्यादा आ गए तो 10,000 से ज़्यादा हमारे बेड अभी चिन्हित किए हुए हैं। 4,000 से ज़्यादा बेड अभी तुरंत रेडी टू मूव के स्थिति में है। हमारे हॉस्पिटल कई तैयार हैं, अभी भी कई हॉस्पिटल हमारे पेशेंट रह रहे हैं।
West Bengal is voting for 45 of 294 seats today in the fifth and the biggest of its 8 poll phases, which are being held amid the surge in coronavirus cases. Over 4 lakh have been reported in the past 48 hours. 16.15% turnout was recorded till 9 a.m.
On Friday evening, the Election Commission ordered a 72-hour silence period instead of the usual 48 hours ahead of the remaining round of voting. The poll body cited the coronavirus pandemic and also said election rallies and meetings on days when campaigning is allowed would be banned between 7 p.m. to 10 a.m. The commission is criticized for not enforcing COVID-19 protocols openly violated by the political leaders, including those from the BJP. Also said all candidates had to wear face masks and that it would be the duty of rally organizers to ensure that thousands of attendees also wore face masks, maintained social distancing and used hand sanitizers.
Home Minister Amit Shah today conducted road show in Krishnanagar ahead of 5th phase of West Bengal Assembly elections. Massive crowd joined the road show despite surging cases of coronavirus in the country. Today, Election Commission had called for all party meeting in West Bengal to ensure strict implementation of COVID guidelines. All-right jail Rashtriya Janata Dal leader Lalu Yadav was granted bail in the case linked to Bihar fodder scam by Jharkhand High Court today. The former Bihar Chief Minister was serving his sentence in what was known as the Dumka Treasury case, where he was convicted of withdrawing rupees 3.13 crore from the treasury in the city in Jharkhand, formerly in Bihar.
Mr. Yadav, currently in Delhi's aims for treatment, had earlier got bail in 3 out of 4 cases linked to the swindle of government funds meant to cattle fodder. With the bail in the Dumka case, he can now return to home after being released from the hospital. Lalu Yadav, currently in Delhi's aims for treatment, had earlier got bail in 3 out of 4 cases linked to Bihar fodder scam.
Let us shift our focus to Telangana, where polling by elections to Nagarjuna Sagar Assembly constituency began at 346 polling stations at 7 a.m. today. As 41 candidates were in the fray of electoral battle, 2.2 lakh voters are expected to utilize their voting right by elections From 7 a.m. onwards, the voters appeared waiting in the long queues at the polling stations to exercise their franchise. The TP is running so fast that I am missing out words. Telangana recorded its biggest ever jump in COVID infections, with health authorities reporting 4,446 new coronavirus cases and 12 fatalities on Friday. The state on Friday had 33,514 active cases, of which 11,396 patients are undergoing treatment in hospital, while 22,118 are in home and institutional isolation.
As many as 15 districts from across the state have now reported more than 100 COVID positive cases in the last 24 hours. Ramping up the testing, health authorities on Friday conducted 1,26,235 COVID tests. The surge of COVID cases has continued across the state, with areas under GHMC remaining the worst hit, with 598 new cases, followed by adjoining district of Medchal Malkajgiri with 435 cases and 326 cases from Rangareddy.
In view of the surge in COVID-19 cases, the state government has converted Gandhi Hospital into an exclusive COVID care facility with immediate effect. The move comes in a wake of extreme pressure from the COVID positive patients and their relatives for hospital beds and healthcare facilities, following the rise in cases during the second wave of the pandemic.
All the casualty, emergency and outpatient services at Gandhi Hospital will be halted, in addition to postponing elective surgeries that were scheduled to be taken up by the coming days by other medical departments. Gandhi Hospital Superintendent Dr. Raja Rao, in a circular on Friday, said that rapid surge of COVID-19 patient load all over the state, and in accordance to the instructions from the senior health authorities, it had been decided to stop all non-COVID services and outpatient services in Gandhi Hospital immediately.
Moving on to our international news, the leaders of Pakistan and Turkey have conferred on continuing Afghan peace process, with Prime Minister Imran Khan reaffirming Pakistan's commitment to a negotiated political settlement to conflict in advance of key talks in Turkey this month. Mr. Khan spoke with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan via telephone on Thursday.
Mr. Khan said the intra-Afghan peace talks had provided historic opportunity to achieve an inclusive, broad-based and comprehensive political settlement. The Turkish government did not immediately release a statement on the conversation. Turkey will host a 10-day Afghan peace summit from April 24th with representatives of Afghan government, United States, United Nations, Qatar and others taking part. The Taliban had refused to participate in talks. It issued a statement on Tuesday saying it would not engage in any further talks until all foreign forces completely withdraw from our homeland.
Iran's nuclear chief Akbar Salehi says Tehran has started 60% uranium enrichment at Natanz nuclear facility days after an explosion at the site that Tehran blamed on Israel. Earlier, the Speaker of Iran's parliament said Iranian scientists had successfully started enriching 60% of uranium at 12:40 a.m.
The comment by Mohammad Baghir Qalibaf, quoted by state television, did not elaborate on the amount of Iran planned to enrich. However, it is likely to raise tensions even as Iran negotiates with world powers in Vienna over a way to allow the United States back into agreement and lift the crushing economic sanctions it faces. The announcement also marks a significant escalation after the sabotage that damaged centrifuges in an attack this past weekend.
Before we wrap up our bulletin, let's have a look on our headlines.
Unprecedented figure: India records 2,34,000 fresh COVID cases and 1,341 deaths in the span of 24 hours. India saw the deadliest day of the pandemic this year. Kumbh Mela should now only be a symbolic strength in COVID fight, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi. West Bengal votes in fifth phase under shadow of COVID surge. Lalu Yadav gets bail in case linked to further scam. In Telangana, polling begins for Nagarjuna Sagar by-election. Second wave intensifies in Telangana, 4,446 cases and 12 fatalities on Friday. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan talked before Afghan peace summit. Iran start enriching uranium at 60%, its highest level ever.
Well, that is the Siyasat TV English news for this Saturday. Thanks for watching. I am Sumayya Junaid Ahmed. Have a great day.